You know, last week we talked about a pretty serious topic and I thought, why not keep things a bit more relaxed this week? So this week we're gonna talk about a very classic 10 things episode. So let's do this. Hey everyone, what's up? Simon here, back with a new episode of I have the room in terms of lighting. I don't know. I just try to cover the windows sometimes and get my light on, and I'm just never satisfied with the result. But anyhow, today we will talk a bit more about some funny things. You asked for this in like one of the first episodes of the old vlog that I had. Today we're gonna talk about 10 strange facts about Simon. Fact number 1. I almost failed the very first math exam when I was in university. I was actually pretty good in math. You know, in school I was always among the best in math and I also enjoyed it a lot. Also, when it came to university, I feel well prepared for that first math exam. The problem was that, you know, I don't know how it is in your country, in your school, but in Germany, in the schools, you always get points for the way you solve the exercise. The problem was with this very first exam that it was actually a computer exam. You got a paper with all the exercises you had to go through. Then you got blankets to create all the calculations for it. And then you just had to input the final result into the computer. And the problem was, I think it was for like 2 or 3 hours. And after 1 hour, I had basically 0 results. At that point, I pretty much blacked out. I was very scared to fail this. I never wanted to fail. And spoiler, I actually never failed one of the exams in university. So somehow after that hour, when I had no results in this test, I got my shit together. I worked through the ways I did things again. I came up with the right results to put into the computer. I think I did pretty well in that exam, but that first hour scared me for the rest of the university time, and I learned like a madman for every single exam that followed this, and that's also maybe the reason why I never failed in one of those. Fact number 2. I basically type with like 2 or 3 fingers of my hands. I never learned writing with my hand. So in reality it looks like this. Okay, now where I see this, it looks pretty horrible. Maybe I should really learn to type correctly, but I learned this from my father in, I don't know, 50, 20 years ago. I think he's doing it the same. I don't know, I'm pretty fast. I can type my code with this. I don't need all of my fingers. I'm fine with that. Fact number 3. When I was a child, I wanted to become first a comic book author and second a game designer or developer. While I never actually achieved one of those things, I think I actually got a combination of both. I'm creating tutorials and I'm writing things, and sometimes I also create graphics, and I also do development. Not really related to games, but hey, it's development, so pretty close, right? Actually, as a child, I was pretty nerdy. At one point I just found my old Magic the Gathering cards. At one point I think I actually wrote or painted my own cards or my own Pokemon card. I created a little paper like Mickey Mouse and tried to sell it to my family. I was already pretty entrepreneurial back then. What can I say? I guess you can't connect the dots looking forward, right? Strange fact number 4. I'm really like one of the calmest persons I know. I'm pretty relaxed all the time, but when I play games like Dota 2 or any other games like Clash Royale on the iPhone, I can go into absolutely mad mode and rage pretty hard. It got better over the time, but it still can be pretty hard. It actually got to a point so I cannot play Clash Royale on the device anymore. Basically all the games where you fight against an opponent, I'm always super mad. Either because my team sucks or because I'm just bad at the game, and if I lose like 3, 4, 5 times in a row, there's basically nothing that can hold me back anymore. I'm not sure what is going on. Nobody can understand it. There must be something wrong in my brain. I don't know if something is not wired correctly. Anyway, I never got any report. I think I don't do any inappropriate things in the game. Still, if you rage that much, you cannot bring out your A game, you know, you're a gamer, right? We're all developers and gamers. That's pretty bad. I guess that's also the reason why I never become a professional esports player. but just because I basically suck at the games. Anyway, if somebody wants to see a stream or a let's play, I'm still in for it, just let me know. Strange fact number 5. I don't like to stand in the spotlight, which sounds very counterintuitive given the fact that I run the YouTube channel with 18,000 subscribers, the vlog, the academy, I'm doing the conference stuff, but actually I never enjoyed standing in the spotlight, and I think that's very typical for a lot of YouTubers because we basically sit here in front of a computer talking into whatever camera mic, and we basically have very rarely interaction with the audience. And also in real life, I don't really like to stand in the spotlight either. That's just this thing, I don't really know how it works. When I turn on the camera, it works pretty good. Also, over the last years, I've attended conferences like, that's not Steve Jobs on the stage, that's me actually. I had a pretty bad hangover on that day. That is another story for another video, definitely. But yeah, what can I say? I really don't like to stand in the spotlight. I don't like to get the attention on the birthday when everyone's giving you the present and you have to thank everyone and have to be kind to everyone. I really don't know how to react. I don't know, maybe it's the same for you. I somehow managed to get out, so when I get on stage, I'm really like a completely different person, and when I get off stage, I just want to get to my hotel room and be quiet and get silent. So the mind is pretty strange, right? Can be relaxed, I can completely go mad when playing, I can go on stage. So yeah, definitely happy I was able to go to a few conferences in Germany over the last years. Might do this in the future again. I submitted actually some stuff for the Berlin conference. It is in English, so that would be the first time that I'm on stage talking in English. That would be quite a challenge. Let's see how things go. Fact number 6, I'm really scared of being alone at the cash desk and having no card or no money or whatsoever. Okay, so maybe this is like one of the strangest facts, given a grown-up man is scared to be alone on the cash desk. But it's real. Whenever I go grocery shopping with my wife, she has to come with me. She's not allowed to leave me when we already put everything to the cash desk. I think that's somehow related to a fear as a child. I think my mother, maybe, I don't know, sometimes left me there, and I was always waiting that she would arrive in time before it was my turn to get at the cash desk and pay, and I would have no money. You know, I know that's completely not going to happen, but as a child, I think you're kind of like that. You're scared of things that don't really exist. I'm really scared, so whenever we go out to buy anything, I always carry at least the cash or card or whatever. I'm prepared for this fear. Fact number 7. I actually learned Ionic before I learned Angular. So I think this was in late 2013, maybe 2014, when a colleague of mine told me about this cool framework Ionic. I was back then an iOS developer mostly. I just took a look at it and I really enjoyed it. I worked with Ionic for quite some time then. It was Ionic 1. I think it took me weeks or even months until I figured out what really Ionic meant and what Angular meant. Most people, I guess, are coming or have used Angular and then think, oh cool, with Ionic I can use my Angular skills. But actually for me it was quite different. Glad things turned out like they are now, right? Fact number 8. I could have started a poker career after school. Good old Nevada Jacks, right? When I was in the last year of school or the year before, poker was pretty big back then. But we were all kinda into playing poker online. And back then, you could actually make a lot of money online, and to a certain degree, I made some money online. So when I was in university, then after school, I had more times to play, but at some point, I just discontinued playing. To some degree because I raged a lot when I was losing, just like with playing, but also because poker was not really a career. Hey, sitting here talking about real careers. I was too focused on just going through on university and getting a real job. I tried to make it on the side, that didn't really work. I just ended it at some point, which was kinda sad. I really enjoyed the nights playing poker and then greeting my dad and mom in the morning. I don't know if poker is still, or if there's still money to make. I think at some point in life we just take different routes. That's fine. If anyone wants to play with me poker, come over. Got a nice, still nice, some chips in here. I'm always ready. I'm actually kind of embarrassed by this one. So fact number 9. I never played on a real LAN party. So when things were cool, when I was like 15, 16, my brother was quite into playing Counter-Strike or maybe Warcraft three. I think 3 was good back then. And for some reason, I never really got to any big LAN parties. I was with a friend in their backyard, maybe with a little party with like 5 people. But I really never went to those bigger conventions. I don't know, I kind of miss the train. I think also that's not really happening anymore given the internet, right? I don't know if this is still a thing. I miss that. I'm a bit sad about it because I think that would have been cool, but that's life, I guess. Alright, and that already brings us to strange fact number 10. I actually had no concrete plan when I left my job for pursuing whatever I do right here. Back then it was a real hard decision. I always dreamed about working for myself, and one day I finally did it. I got this great image from my wife. I still carry it as a little reminder of that I did it back then. And of course I had a plan what I wanted to do when I quit my job. So in reality, what happened is that the book sales pretty much declined already, and the 2 clients apparently did not become clients. What happened is that the Ionic Academy, a project that I also started back then, which pretty much went online just a few days before I became self-employed, completely blew me away. I was hoping to get like 10-20 people into it to get some recurring revenue. The reality was that I think I got over 100 signups in the first week for the Ionic Academy, which basically secured my income back then. So although I thought I had a plan, in reality the plan completely failed, and I was actually a bit lucky that everything turned out like it is now. Alright, so that were the 10 strange facts about me. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Definitely make sure to hit the like button and hit the subscribe button, and tell all your friends to also like and subscribe, of course. So if you want to, I really encourage you to also share like 1 or 2 cool facts about you below this video. As I said in the beginning, I really want to get more in touch with you, so this was more like a personal kind of video. We will balance things, so more content and more, well, not really funny, but I don't know how to call it, non-content videos. Let's just roll with that. I hope you enjoyed it. Have a great week, build something cool with code, and as always, happy coding. Simon.